a blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S., are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live broadcasting the Nancy and Mike Show. And I'm still having a problem getting used to it because there was no call letters or anything. And I'm going to start out by doing something that I should have done last week.
Oh, did you want to say the date or anything?
Today's date is August the 2nd, 2025. And
I guess this is show 102.
102.
Yeah.
Now, on this 102 thing, it went from 1 to 102. I think I know the reasoning. And I'm not going to speculate because I could be wrong, but I think I know the reason for this jump from number 1 to 102. Now, one of the things I forgot to do last week, we're on a new show. The last show went under. We had 4 years left on the contract. The thing, of course, this is God inspired. And one of the things that we have is to thank Zach, the engineer, to thank the great Tom Shizano.
Yes, thank you guys.
Now, in 2019, we had a lot of conversations with Tom. He was part of the other show. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in 2019. And it was, we flew to New York, and it was for the Donna Drake show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Which you can get on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to Mike Zorek's YouTube. Live It Up was the name of the show. Donna Drake. I think it was December the 7th, which was a Monday, 2019. And so I got to meet Tom that day. And I was really glad I did. It was such a pleasurable experience.
And he brought his piano, right?
Yeah. And I got to play on it.
I know.
And come to find out, and I didn't know this at the time, that Tom happens to be a great musician.
Yeah.
And after we went home, and maybe even a couple of years after the fact, because since that point in time, we were living in California.
Yep.
And in June of 2021, we moved to Florida because I was having difficulty with the dry air in the desert, which I talked about last week. Now, one of the things that took place, I had a dream. And the dream had to do with Tom.
Oh, wow, cool.
And he showed up to see us.
Here in Florida?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And in the dream, we got together, not with the purpose of seeing each other, but the other purpose was to compare notes.
Oh.
Music notes, of course.
Nice.
And one piece I played, it's a very difficult piece, it was called Impromptu Number 4 in A flat by Schubert. A very difficult piece, especially with the right hand. And I played that piece, and I had played that before. I played it in a couple of concerts. I've done 27 solo piano concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And I did play that piece and The Dream, and it was a very difficult piece by Schubert. And not only that, but it happens to be my favorite piece by Schubert. And I played it, and now if Tom showed up, he would catch me with my pants down because I have forgotten that piece.
Aw.
So I would like to relearn it, and my health is not good. But I'm not going to go into that today.
Good.
I did say last week,
Mhm.
to going from number 1 to 102.
But it is written on the screen, number 101 last time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So much gets by me. You don't realize how much stuff gets
That is
by
true.
me. And I thought it was number 1 last time.
We said it was number 1.
But anyway, I've got to go by what's on the screen. And I don't want people to ask what happened to the first 100 shows, because this is our second show.
Yep, it's number 2.
And this is number 2. Now, one thing I said I would talk about
What?
today, fights.
Oh, yes.
Now,
Mike is short, and he's always been blind. since
I'm
he was
5'2".
Yep.
I'm 78 years old. I'm 5'2". And I was always the smallest and having no eyesight.
Yeah. So
Because,
people thought they could beat you up.
yeah, bullies.
Yep.
My father told me that I would have to face all the bullies. Well, he turned out to be right. So he told me, don't ever start a fight, and don't ever let the other guy finish it. Very good advice.
Uh-huh.
Now, certain things, and one thing I did talk about this last week, I talked about being on the right side.
Yes.
You could be on the right side and not know it. Well, I happen to be on the right side, but I knew it. And I'll tell you another thing that happened when I was a teenager. My mother wanted me to get married, but she knew that there were a lot of stupid girls out there. And she used to tell me how stupid the girls are. And they look at me and they see my eyes and they say, forget about them, or the hell with them, or whatever.
Mhm.
Instead of seeing all the good qualities I have, they just say, okay, well, the hell with it. Your eyes are no good. So she warned me about that, and she was right.
Of course.
Here's another thing my mother said. And she used to say this all the time. She used to say, if a girl is good enough to go to bed with, and she didn't mean go to bed, she mean have sex with.
Yeah, we got it.
And if she's good enough to go to bed with, she's good enough to marry. Now, I happen to recognize that she was right on. So I followed that. And, you could have all the right people telling you the right things, but if you don't see which side is what, the stuff that my parents told me
Mhm.
was not politically correct. Remember what I told you about politically correct?
Yeah, you said it last show.
It's actually being politically correct is actually a massive sin. And because you're choosing, by being politically correct, you're choosing
the world,
the wrong side
Yep.
of God.
Yep.
You're not choosing God, you're choosing the world.
Yeah, don't be a friend of the world.
And the Bible specifically states,
Yeah, you know it.
if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of God. I don't know how much more clear you could get than that. That's very clear.
Yep.
Now, here's the deal with some of these deals I had. I went to school for the blind. Now, what did we have? We had 2 playgrounds. One for the boys, one for the girls. So, when we sat in the dining room, we had lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most of the other kids, they had breakfast and supper.
Oh, but you lived at home.
But I
So
went
you
home
just had
every
lunch
day.
there.
So I just had lunch there. Now, here's how the deal was in the dining room. If you were at a table, each table had 6 kids. And if you were a boy, the other 5 people who sat at your table were boys. If you were a girl, the people who sat at that table were all girls. Boys and girls were totally separated.
Oh, I was wondering sometime you could tell about that bully in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm going to do it today.
Oh, good. I
And
love that story.
that is also on the Donna Drake's show.
Yeah,
for-
when we were speaking at schools, sometimes the kids don't know what to talk about or what to ask. So Mike would always start our visit with them talking about this story. And then when Mike started laughing, the kids felt more at home with him. So,
Well, the kids love this stories.
yeah.
And one of the things, of course, I don't have to tell you because I'm sure you already figured out, because I gave it away that the bullies would be after me.
Yes.
So you
they
know
were.
that these fight stories are all going to have one thing in common, and that's bullies.
Yes.
Because I already gave that away earlier in the show.
But I like it.
Now, I'm going to talk about the order at which these fights happened.
Okay.
And the one that Nancy's talking about came in the middle. There were, well, I did mention the sandbox last week, how I was kept back in kindergarten because I didn't want to play in the sandbox.
And the teacher judged you harshly, even though she asked, wouldn't you like to? But then she punished you by failing because you were honest.
But think of it. Because I stayed back twice, I got 2 extra years of wrestling eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't complain about it. Some of these things that happen to us in life.
In the long run, it's for the best. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
noticed that.
they seem really terrible as they're happening. And then you look back on it maybe 10 or 15 years later, and you found out that these things were actually better for your life.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And one of these days, I will explain that whole deal. I got so much ground to cover in 78 years because I got a different listening audience now. But anyway, here's the first fight. It happened when I was in 1st grade. It was at the dining room table. Now, here's the way the rules came out. They wanted kids to try everything.
Yeah.
Because they felt, well, kids say, well, we don't like this, and
kids get stubborn and they don't ever try it.
they don't want to try it.
Mhm.
So the argument was they really don't know what they like or what they don't like. They do to some extent. So it was a Monday. And for lunch, we were having liver and onions. And liver and onions has a strong smell.
Yeah, it does.
And 2 hours before lunch, early as recess time, I could smell them making the liver and onions. So their rule was, in kindergarten, first and second grade, they dumped everything on your plate and you had to eat what they dished out. Now when you got to third grade, you could
pick and choose.
pick and choose.
Okay.
I do want this, I don't want this.
Right.
I don't want mashed potatoes, or I do want them.
But
whatever.
this one, they kind of pushed it on you.
Yeah. So that day, I was in first grade. They were having liver and onions. And we had this, since the blind kids obviously couldn't serve them themselves, we had what was known as a house mother.
Okay.
We had several of them who would go throughout the dining room. Well, it was a pretty big dining room with 135 kids in it.
So some people to help.
People to dish out food for the kids.
Right.
So my plate was already full because I hadn't reached third grade yet. I got to my seat and I put my hands down by my side and I just sat there. I wasn't eating. I didn't want any part of liver
You didn't
and
want
onions.
to touch it.
I didn't want to touch it.
Okay.
I will say this: they did have mashed potatoes. I'm an
I
old
have
from
a hard time finding where the onions and stuff went.
from way back when. I've always been a potato kid, and even today, sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and I'll order 2 or 3 kinds of potatoes. That's how much I love potatoes. But with everything all cluttered up,
Yeah.
I decided
Don't touch it.
not to touch it. We had this woman, I used to call her the wicked witch of the East, even way back when in the first grade. And if kids weren't eating, she would come by their chair and hit their knuckles with the handle of a butter knife.
Oh, poor little kids.
And of course, they didn't see it coming.
Of course.
You're blind, right?
Thanks.
So,
did she hit your little hands?
yes, she did. She hit my left hand.
Oh,
And I sat there. I just ignored that I was even hit. I continued
you're tough.
doing nothing.
Yep.
So then she comes up from behind me
Oh, yeah?
and she grabs my shoulders
Uh-oh.
and she decides she's going to force feed me.
Wow, that's not right.
And I'm squirming
Little wiggly guy.
and I weighed about mid-30s, 35
Uh-huh.
maybe even less than that.
A strong little wiggly guy.
I was a wiggly guy, trying to knock the silverware out of her hands.
Uh-huh.
And I was keeping both her hands busy
Yeah, holding your shoulders.
with my wiggliness so she couldn't feed me.
Then what happened?
Then she's trying to feed me. She's getting tighter around my shoulders.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting more difficulty moving.
Yeah.
and she's leaning over me
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can see
like
it there.
this.
Be careful, there's a mic there.
So she's leaning over me,
Uh-huh.
holding my shoulders,
Yeah.
and her head was hanging down by my chest.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right? Because she's trying to hold me
Yeah.
in place. So her head is down by my chest, and I reached over her shoulders, over her back. I picked up the plate, and I turned it upside down.
On her head?
On the back of her head, yes.
I love it. Oh, what did she do?
Well, I'll tell you what I did. I sat there feeling
You probably put the plate down on the table, empty plate, right?
Yes, I did, but I noticed the weight of the plate was lightened
I bet.
by the absence of the
Of
food
the
that was
food.
on it. So
Yeah.
she had liver and onions and mashed potatoes
and gravy dripping down
dripping
her face.
all down her clothes and her back and her head.
Well, haha.
And she told me she was going to tell my parents.
Yeah, I bet she did.
And I said to her, if you don't tell them, I will.
Ooh. Just because you're so honest.
And yeah. Well, when I came home from school, I told my parents everything.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing for me to do that
Hey, she started it.
because they knew they could trust what I told them.
Yeah.
So anyway, she was actually lucky because I had the thought that if she continued this, I was going to smash the plate over her head.
Oh, no. But anyway, what did your parents say when she called?
My parents said I get enough to eat at home. If I don't want something at school, I don't have to eat it.
And later, you're allergic to onions. You would have got sick.
Yeah, I would have. And of course, what happens in cases like this?
Mm-hmm.
The kids, in order to try to get out, they make an excuse. Well, I can't eat this. I'm allergic to such and such.
Oh, but they never believed the little kids.
They never believe the little kids.
Oh, okay.
So I could have told her I was allergic to onions, and she wouldn't have believed me.
Yeah.
Well, as you might expect, or you might not expect,
Uh-huh.
she never tried to force feed me for the first grade or second grade.
Yeah, well,
So what I actually did,
uh-huh.
I solved my own problem.
Yep. She started it, you
She
finished
started it, I finished it. And my parents, especially my father,
it. Oh, yeah.
was proud of me
I bet he was.
because I
Listened.
listened to him.
Yeah.
She started it, and I finished it.
And you had no resentment.
I had no
You
resentment.
weren't angry.
You know what it was like? I'll tell you what it was like.
Huh.
It was like doing a chore.
Yeah. It's
You
part
do
of your
this
daily
chore, and
activities.
it's a daily activity.
Uh-huh.
I have to do this before I go on to the next thing at hand. So that's what I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. May 1956. I was 9 years old. We had this lunch break, which we had every day. And the house mother who took care of the kids, her deal was 1 to 3, we have class. So she wants everybody to go to the bathroom before
the long
the
period.
long period, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to go
Mhm. That's
between
common sense.
1 and 3. Well, I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And she barges into the boys' stall.
Whoa.
I was 9 years old. So May 1956.
Uh-huh.
And I was very teeny.
And what'd she do?
She's very angry at me. She's trying to push me down the toilet. So I slide out from underneath her, and now we're facing the door that's locked, the stall.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't locked. She got in.
Well, maybe it wasn't locked. I don't know.
Well,
But she got in.
Okay, got it.
And I hit her with my left elbow.
Oh, behind you.
And she fell backwards on the toilet seat.
Oh,
but I must
30
have...
seconds. We're going to have to go.
We're going to go to a break, and I will finish this story and a few others.
Okay.
This is the Nancy and Mike Show.
Mike Zorek, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble. And we're coming to you live on YouTube from Florida. And please like us and subscribe. Thanks.
Thank you. I think you did it better than I could have. But anyway, I was talking about this.
This woman who's in the toilet with you.
Yeah, in the boys' stall.
You probably had your pants around your ankles.
My pants were around my ankles. Yes, they
visual.
were. So you could see the whole thing.
Okay.
So anyway.
You gave her an elbow.
I gave her an elbow. She fell on the toilet seat.
Good.
So what I did,
what?
I turned around and I scissored her legs. So she's sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
My legs are on the outside of her legs,
You're
scissoring her
your
legs.
Knees in.
Now, all she would have had to do
Let's shove you. You're a teeny little boy.
was push me back because I weigh less than 40 pounds. All she would have had to do
I'm telling you,
was
shocked her.
push me back.
She wasn't expecting that.
And I grabbed her shoulders
Yeah.
and I started pounding her against the back of the toilet.
Love it.
And I said to her, "How do you like it? How does it feel?"
Yeah. How'd you like your own medicine, huh?
Yeah. So then I flushed the toilet. And I didn't go to the bathroom.
And she screamed, right? I remember you told me something.
Yeah, she screamed. The reason why she screamed is because the water came up
And
from my
splashed
flushing
the
it,
back
and
of her
it
dress.
splashed
Yeah, I like that part.
the back of her dress. So then, after I did that, I backed away and I pulled my pants up
Yeah.
and I went outside the stall and went to where we had our lunch break.
But when she screamed, some other kids said, "Are you all right?"
Are you all right, Mrs. Fisher? And she didn't say a word. But you know what happened to her? She quit her job
I wonder why.
after that year. It was May of 1956. So she only had one month or maybe even less to go.
Right.
Now, there's 5 of these fights.
Okay.
Number 3. I was older. I was 11 years old. It was shortly after my 11th birthday. And I do remember that day I weighed 54 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was walking around the block. And it was in the springtime. So if you live back east, you know that in the springtime you've got April showers,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of rain. It's 1958.
Okay. Walking around the
And
block.
so anyway, I got one house away from home. And there were all kinds of different things on the sidewalk blocking me. Wagons and a few other things. So
A roadblock.
I didn't know if somebody had left them there for a purpose or if somebody was up to no good. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I started to walk in the muddy grass, which was sopping wet with water,
Yeah.
and it was slippery. And suddenly, I got pushed in the back. I landed on my stomach.
Uh-huh.
I reached my left hand back.
Oh, and you put your elbow up. I remember that to
Yeah, I
face your
landed
face.
on my stomach and my right elbow. So I didn't want to go face first in the mud.
Yeah, good idea.
So I
Reach back.
reached back and I grabbed the guy's legs and I
Good.
pulled him down. So we were laying side by side on our stomach. And in the meantime, I put a headlock on him
So he couldn't run away.
so he couldn't run away. And I had this headlock. We're both laying on our stomach in the mud. And I grabbed this handful of mud. And as I grabbed a handful of mud, I pull a strand of his hair on the side of his head.
Cool.
Now he screams.
Yeah.
When he screams, his mouth opens, and I shove a handful of mud in there. Now, anyway, after the second handful, he said, "I don't want any more."
Yeah,
So,
I can understand that.
but I remember what my father said. Don't let him give up right away.
Oh,
Because if you let him give up, he'll come after you the next day. And he used to tell me, one thing he used to tell me all the time, if you fight a guy twice, the first time you did a lousy job.
yeah.
So I figured, well, I'm not going to stop at 2 handfuls. I gave him 6 handfuls.
Ugh.
And
Ugh.
after that, I told him, I don't want to bother you anymore. I want this to be the end. I want this to be the last time anything like this happens between
Definitely.
us. And I
And
said,
you know he was the neighborhood bully, right?
yes,
So,
I did.
yeah.
And I said, however, if there's another incident, it will be worse for you than this.
Ooh.
So that's what I told him. I said, this could be the last time, or if there's another incident,
Yeah.
the next time will even be worse for you than this.
Good.
So anyway,
Yeah.
he's getting ready to fight somebody because
He's still the bully.
he got beat by the smallest kid in the neighborhood. So he's getting ready to fight somebody, and his opponent says, "Don't fight with me. Why don't you fight with Mike Mudmouth?"
Mudmouth. Yeah.
So that
So
name,
the reputation got out. Somebody must have seen
somebody
that fight.
saw it. And what actually happened was he stopped being a bully.
Whoa, so it did him some good.
So it did him some good. And I will tell you, when I go to schools and I talk about that story, the kids actually love it. I got thousands of letters.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was
That's
Mudmouth. And some people will say, my favorite thing was liver and onions.
Or sometimes they draw a little picture of a face with their tongue out.
So anyway, there's two more here.
Okay.
We got Mudmouth done.
Yeah, I tell you, the kids love that. And when everyone starts laughing and Mike's laughing, Mike lasts longer than anybody. It's sweet.
You know, I'm just doing the way I was brought up, the way I was taught.
You never got angry.
I never got angry. I did it like it was a chore.
Yep.
And when I got done with it, I got up, I walked home, and I left the guy there. I was close to his house, actually. And I just got up when the thing was done. I got up and I walked home.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little one house away. And hey, that was all she wrote. Next one happened during the late 60s. 67, 68.
Okay.
I was in my early 20s. So we had this block. I used to walk around the block.
In Connecticut.
In Connecticut. We had lived on a street called Lebanon Street.
In Hartford.
In Hartford.
Yeah.
And I would I'd come out, go down the steps, take a right, and I'd go. And the next right was Tower Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up Tower Avenue, and it was a hill. It was going up a hill. I got close to the top. I heard some kids talking, or some guys.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking, and I thought nothing of it. I was walking up the hill, minding my own business. Then all of a sudden I heard, I could feel myself being surrounded.
Yeah, you can sense it.
Yeah, I could feel it. Because I could hear voices, people talking.
You pay attention to echoes and stuff.
And I was almost at the top of the hill. And I heard one guy say, "Let's jump that blind guy." There was about 5 of them.
Oh, I think we're going to have a break soon.
Well, let me know when the break is coming. So anyway.
Okay, not yet. I'll let you know.
I swung my right fist and I broke the guy's nose. He went down like he was shot.
Oh.
The guy behind me.
Maybe you broke his nose, huh?
Oh, I'm sure I did. I felt the bone get crushed. And so anyway, I swung backwards with my elbow. Another guy went down. His nose broke. So I hear this guy say, "Hey, what are you doing? Oh, we don't deserve that." I said, "The next guy that touches me, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to throw him in the street. So anybody who comes down that hill, they're going to run over him."
Whoa.
All right?
So did they come at you then?
No. The 2 guys laying on the ground. And you know what happened? The other 3 guys, they just They did nothing to help the guys that I broke their nose. So that was it. And there was another one. There actually was 2 more.
Yeah, but I remember you said those guys said they're going to attack you. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Let's jump that blind guy.
Yeah,
That's what they
okay.
said. That's the same as saying let's attack.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, I think besides your dad, I think also God helps you to keep perspective and your surroundings somehow.
I'm on the bus. We're downtown or driving. We're going home from downtown. There were no seats. Had to stand up. So I'm hanging on to the post on the side, and the guy pushes me. And of course, if I fall down, the people getting off the bus could trample me. So anyway, the guy pushed me. I grabbed his arms. And I grabbed his arms tight. I was waiting for him to make a move. If he made a move, I would have smashed his jaw. He never made a move. It's like he became paralyzed. I made him miss his bus stop.
Oh.
So then, before we got to the next stop, somebody gets up, gives me her seat.
Oh.
It was a black lady who gave me her seat. Very nice of her.
That was nice. Maybe she respected what you did to that rough guy.
Yeah, and he was a black guy. And there was one more. I was in a 103-pound class, 1963. I was at school. This guy starts pushing me down a hill. At the bottom of this hill is about 10 steps with gravel at the bottom of the steps. So I knew I was getting close to those steps. And he was too big for me. I was 103. He was 165. I couldn't push him back.
And he's pushing you back down the stairs.
And he's pushing me downhill to the steps.
Yeah.
And I hit this guy with my left hand, all my might, and his arm caved in. And he fell on his right side, and I started walking away from the steps. He's still laying on the ground, screaming. And there you have it. So those are the fights, when they happened, how they happened, the outcome of them. And
I don't know what's happening with this. I'm not sure when the commercials are coming. Okay, we have 1 minute for a commercial. It's this is a new show. I'm not quite getting used to it. Okay, 1 minute break. Oh, I like it when it's big up like this.
So anyway, I'm going to, after we do get to the commercial,
gosh.
Chris is here.
I know.
Why is he coming during our radio show?
Okay. Well, we'll be right back.
Anyway, Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing. And when we come back, whenever that is, and
Mike Zorich, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for The Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from Ocala, Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show, and we are on YouTube, and we hope you like it and be subscribers.
Yeah,
So,
you got it.
there's a guy that I like that I listen to, a sports guy. He says the same thing. So,
Yes,
I know this is the right thing to say. Lee Hacksaw Hamilton.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and before I hug everything up. But anyway.
Well, we all love your fight stories. Okay, this is from the book we read every day called Morning with Jesus. And this nice girl, let's see, her name, Suzanne Davenport Titchen. Okay, she wrote this. But the scripture is, I will be glad and rejoice in your mercy and steadfast love, because you have seen my affliction. You have taken note of my life's distresses. Psalms 31:7. And it's about this girl. She's at the airport. She had tight connection. She missed her flight. So she's waiting around. She decides to look at people, okay? But everyone's eyes were on their cell phones. No one made eye contact with her or talked to her, and the seats at the gate were full, and she felt all alone. So then she heard a distressed traveler at a service desk say, I feel seen. Oh, I know what that feeling's like. So someone must have helped her and fixed it. So being seen, noticed, understood is so welcoming. And it's hard to be alone in a big crowd like that. And Mike's had dreams about that, being in the airport and no one looked at him, no one helped him.
Yeah, they just walked by me.
Yes.
Like I wasn't there.
So at the bottom...
nobody willing to help.
Put down your phone. Pay attention to the people that God put in your path. See them, notice them, and ask them what they're doing, how they're doing. I know yesterday a neighbor came by, a girl and her husband, and she said, I'm the only one that actually says hi to them. So one time she wanted to borrow my bike. Yesterday she needed a ride to help her son that needed some medicine, and they don't have a car and their bikes have flat tires. So she said, I'm the only one that says hi to them, because I look around, I see people. So, this is a nice saying by C.H. Parkhurst. The man who lives by himself and for himself is apt to be corrupted by the company he keeps. I love that one. Oh, and this one I found on the internet. I don't know who wrote it, but I love it. A country run by banks will always be in debt. A country run by war will never know peace. And a country run by the media will never know the truth. So let's be aware of our surroundings. There's one couple at church. I want to say hi to them. They're always looking at their cell phone. I have to come up and touch them on the knee or the shoulder. And then they see, I'm here, I'm there. So look around, guys. Be aware. And don't be judgmental. I'm glad I got to help the people down the street, even though they don't look like the normal people that I know. I'm happy to help them, and they're happy to get to know me and Mike. So watch out for judgment, discern rather than looking down your nose at people. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.
So that's it for me.
Well, I'm going back to fighting. I must be in a fighting mood today. And if you're listening to these stories and you notice one common thing about these 6 fights,
Mhm.
and what's that common thing? The common thing was the fights, none of them were started by me.
Right.
And my parents told me, my father especially, don't ever start a fight and don't ever let the other guy finish it. I took the advice. Why did I take that advice? I recognize that that was godly advice.
Yes.
And you don't just listen to things that people tell you. You've got to find out, what are they telling you and why are they telling you? And is it for your best interest?
Yeah, consider the source.
Consider the source. And I brought that up last week about considering the source. And that's what I do. I consider the source. I consider what would Jesus have done. And he would have done the same thing that I did. And we all know that. And some Christians who believe in turning the other cheek, who somehow were brainwashed by some preacher,
I think the key is don't resent.
that yes,
If you don't resent that that evil that they're trying to put into you gets over your head. It goes by you.
and you don't get in a situation where if somebody steals your hat, give him your coat or give him your shoes. That is such crapola.
You
And
have common sense.
it has to do. We have a smaller Christian population because of that. People are they hear that and
They walk
they
away.
hear how stupid it is and they walk away. Instead of being converted to Christianity, they hear how stupid that is and they walk away. And what it actually does is it weakens, it lessens the Christian population. And so that's the reason why my father used to say, uh, give people their own medicine. When I first heard that,
And that's what you did on those fights, right?
yeah, when I first heard that, I thought, medicine. I started thinking
I know.
about doctors.
You took it literally.
I was too young, and finally
Okay, it's time to wrap up our show.
finally he explained it.
Uh-huh.
And are we done now?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so I was going to talk about the baseball trade show last week.
Oh, those fights got you, huh?
But those fights got me, and I'll be ready next week.
Yeah.
And the teams that are tanking are already paying the price after
Well,
one day.
it's time to go. Thanks, guys, for listening. And please like us and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.